All right, let's dive right in. If you're a level 6 marketing manager apprentice, you've definitely heard about K7. It's that big one, the piece of knowledge that seems to tie everything else together. Well, today, we're going to break it all down. What it is, how to get good at it, and most importantly, how you prove you've nailed it. To do that, we're going to follow the journey of an apprentice who's in the exact same boat as you. So first up, let me introduce you to Jody. She's a sharp marketing apprentice working at a company called IBIS Stores, and she is walking the very same path you are right now. She's driven, she's ready to learn, and she's totally focused on becoming a top-tier marketer. Now, Jody's on a bit of a mission. She wants to master that one skill that really separates the good marketers from the truly great ones. We're going to follow her on this quest every single step of the way. So, are you ready to jump in and join her? Let's do it. Okay, so what is this K7 thing, this wider business perspective they always talk about? Well, to put it simply, it's about seeing the whole chessboard, not just your own pieces. It's the deep understanding that marketing never, ever exists in a vacuum. It's constantly being shaped by everything happening inside your company and everything happening outside of it, from your own team's budget to global economic trends. Luckily, Jody has a great mentor, Adam, and he gave her just a perfect analogy to make it all click. He said, Jody, think like a ship's captain. Of course, you absolutely have to know your own ship inside and out. That's your company, your products, your team. But to actually navigate successfully, you have to understand the whole sea. You need to know the winds of the economy, the currents of your competition, and the sudden storms of new technology. And that right there is the heart of K7. Okay, but how do you turn a cool analogy into an actual usable skill? Well, Adam helps Jody build a super clear 5-step training plan. This is her roadmap, her nautical chart for navigating these waters and reaching true mastery. And as Adam puts it perfectly, you can't just set sail and hope for the best. The very first step is always learning how to read the map of the business world. So this is it. This is her roadmap. It breaks down the whole journey into 5 totally manageable steps. First, she just has to understand the context, get the lay of the land. Then she'll analyze external forces, using tools like Pestle to map out the weather. Next, she looks inward to leverage internal resources to really understand the strengths of her ship. With all that info, she can address opportunities and challenges, spotting new destinations and dodging those storms. And finally, she learns to apply it all on a global scale. See how it flows? It's a logical path from just being aware to taking real strategic action. All right, theory's great, but this is where the rubber really hits the road. Let's see how Jody takes this plan and applies it directly to her day job at IB Stores. So her line manager, Redinal, sits her down and breaks it down like this. She explains that internal factors are all the things IBIS Stores can pretty much control. Their own brand reputation, their product line, their marketing budget, their team's skills. But the external factors? Well, those are the things they have to react to. Things like shifts in the economy, new competitors popping up, or a huge change in customer behavior. And look, the key thing here, the really crucial part, is knowing what you can control versus what you just have to adapt. Okay, so to really dig into those external forces, Jody gets to work on a Pestle analysis for IBIS. This takes it from a textbook exercise to a seriously powerful business tool. She's not just listing random ideas. She's identifying real-world things that are going to directly impact her marketing plans, like new local regulations or that massive social trend towards sustainable products. This isn't just an assignment. This is real actionable intelligence for the business. Okay, this is huge. Jody's doing the work, she's learning a ton, but you know the next big question, right? How do you actually prove all of this? Let's talk about the nitty-gritty, evidencing your skills on Aptum. Seriously, this is the question every single apprentice asks. It's not enough to just know this stuff in your head. You have to be able to document it, to show an assessor that you can actually apply this knowledge in the real world. So how does she do it? Pay attention here because this table is basically your cheat sheet, your golden ticket, for real. It shows you exactly how the work you're probably already doing translates into the official evidence that assessors needs to see. Remember that Pestle analysis Jody did? Well, that gets written up as a formal market analysis report. That project where you benchmark against competitors, that's a competitor analysis document. And oh, never ever forget that written reflection. That's your chance to connect all the dots and say, here's what I did, here's what I learned from it, and here's why it's a big deal. So, her portfolio is looking great, her confidence is up, and now it's time for the final boss, the endpoint assessment, or EPA. This is where her coach, Olivia, comes in. Olivia's entire job is to get Jody ready for that professional discussion. You know, running mock interviews, asking the tough questions, and making sure there are absolutely no surprises on the big day. So Olivia throws her a classic EPA-style question. Listen to this. How would you adapt a marketing strategy for an international market, and what factors would you consider? See how it's not a simple what is question? It's big and strategic. It's designed to make her connect all the K7 dots. The internal strategy, the external forces, the national versus the international. And wow, Jody absolutely nails the answer. She starts by explaining that you can't just copy-paste a strategy, you have to adapt it. She talks about crucial factors like cultural differences, economic realities, and all the legal hoops you have to jump through. But here's the game changer, the real pro move. She directly references her own market entry plan that she created for IBIS stores, the one she already uploaded to Aptem. She's not just talking theory, she's pointing to her own work as concrete proof. Now that is what mastery looks like. And that's the journey. By following a clear plan, by applying her knowledge to a real-world job, and by carefully evidencing every step, Jody didn't just tick a box for K7. She has genuinely mastered this wider business perspective, and believe me, that's a skill that's going to shape her entire career. Okay, so now the spotlight's on you. You've seen the path, you've got the 5-step map, and you know how to use the compass with tools like Pestle. So the only question left is, what's the first incredible market opportunity you're going to find?